Does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? I do not deny that I planned sabotage. I did not plan it in a spirit of recklessness nor because I have any love of violence. I planned it as a result of a calm and sober assessment of the political situation that had arisen after many years of tyranny, exploitation, and oppression of my people by the whites. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve, but if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. We can't afford to be killing one another. There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learnt how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. Running taught me valuable lessons. In cross-country competition, training counted more than intrinsic ability, and I could compensate for a lack of natural aptitude with diligence and discipline. I applied this in everything I did. Forget the past. If there are dreams about a beautiful South Africa, there are also roads that lead to their goal. Two of these roads could be named goodness and forgiveness. In countries where innocent people are dying, the leaders are following their blood rather than their brains. Nonviolence is a good policy when the conditions permit. In the 1940s, traveling for an African was a complicated process. All Africans over the age of 16 were compelled to carry native passes issued by the Native Affairs Department and were required to show that pass to any white policeman, civil servant, or employer. Failure to do so could mean arrest, trial, a jail sentence, or fine. If there is a country that has committed unspeakable atrocities in the world, it is the United States of America. There are so many men and women who hold no distinctive positions but whose contribution towards the development of society has been enormous. Any man or institution that tries to rob me of my dignity will lose. There are times when a leader must move out ahead of the flock, go off in a new direction, confident that he is leading his people the right way. If the United States of America or Britain is having elections, they don't ask for observers from Africa or from Asia. But when we have elections, they want observers. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. Our daily deeds as ordinary South Africans must produce an actual South African reality that will reinforce humanity's belief in justice, strengthen its confidence in the nobility of the human soul, and sustain all our hopes for a glorious life for all. There is nothing I fear more than waking up without a program that will help me bring a little happiness to those with no resources, those who are poor, illiterate, and ridden with terminal disease. No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated. Give a child love, laughter, and peace, not AIDS. Intervention only works when the people concerned seem to be keen for peace. My son has died of AIDS. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. I cannot say for certain if there is such a thing as love at first sight, but I do know that the moment I first glimpsed Winnie Nomzamo, I knew that I wanted to have her as my wife. When I came to Johannesburg from the countryside, I knew nobody, but many strangers were very kind to me. I then was dragged into politics, and then, subsequently, I became a lawyer. Let each know that for each the body, the mind, and the soul have been freed to fulfill themselves. Africans want, the franchise on the basis of one man, one vote. They want political independence. By ancestry, I was born to rule.